ceremonies at the United States Merchant Marine Academy. Today's parade is in recognition of the plebe candidates of the class of 2022 acceptance into the Regiment of Midshipmen. My name is Midshipman Gunnar Johnson from Sahuarita, Arizona, and on behalf of the Regiment of Midshipmen, I would like to welcome you to Kings Point, New York. Now marching onto the parade field is the regimental staff led by Regimental Commander Midshipman John Robertson. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the regimental color guard marches on the colors, and please remain standing for our national anthem. gentlemen, our guest of honor today, Captain Steve W. Erwiler, United States Navy, will be administering the Naval Reserve Oath to the class of 22. Captain Erwiler is a graduate of Kings Point, class of 1994. In the last years of the dually program, Captain Erwiler graduated with a Bachelor of Science along with a license as a third assistant engineer and a third mate. He sailed for 15 years, operating tug and barges on the Great Lakes, coastwise tankers in Alaska, and breakbulk ships engaged in foreign trade, along with MSC contracted preposition ships. He has upgraded both license and maintains chief engineer and master license. In 2009, Captain Erwiler came ashore to work with the American Bureau of Shipping during 8 years of service at ABS.
Honor for me. One day, many, possibly now many years ago, I stood where you do right now. And I took my oath of office as a midshipman as well. Let me tell you from firsthand experience, this is another one of the biggest first steps towards your career as both a Navy officer and a Merchant Marine officer. When you graduate, most of you will join the United States Navy Strategic Sealift Officer Reserve Force. Many of you may not really know what that means. So I'd like to take a moment and tell you what a Strategic Sealift Officer, or SSO, is. Strategic Sealift Officers are Navy officers that possess two very important and complementary talents. First is an active U.S. Coast Guard Merchant Marine license, and second, the ability to translate the often very time different languages of a merchant mariner and a Navy officer. As both a commercial maritime expert and a highly qualified naval officer, you will use your unique educations, skills, experiences that you've gained from the maritime industry to empower the joint warfighter. The role is important because the Strategic Sealift Officer Force provides the necessary logistic capabilities required to support any prolonged military campaign by moving the supplies from U.S. storage facilities to an area of conflict. To support this vital DoD mission, the SSO4 continues to focus on ensuring that we can provide the appropriate mix of maritime professionals to support U.S. Navy and national level requirements. This is where you all will come in. One day you will become the next ensigns, and it's just in time. DoD's demand for the SSO skill set are at their highest level ever and growing daily. DoD and the Navy have both renewed their awareness regarding the logistics chain required to enable this nation to safeguard its interests abroad, and the SSO force is a key enabler in keeping our combat lethal and ready to win. You all are about to join the Navy, the finest Navy in the world. So with that said, if you are ready and still willing to accept, I'll administer the oath of office. Plebe candidates, attention. Come to attention. And you're going to have to put your rifle in your left hand. Make it so. There you go. If you would, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed a midshipman in the United States Navy Reserve, do solemnly swear, or affirm if you need to, that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely and without mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of this office which I am about to take. So help me God. You can put your hands down. Please return your rifles to your rest position. And in honor of this momentous occasion, I would like to provide at the ability that given a reviewing officer that sometime during the first trimester that all the midshipmen now be given an extra long weekend.
Now being honored are the honor plebes from each platoon during indoctrination. Honor plebes were chosen based off their performance during the indoctrination of the class of 2022. Indoctrination for the candidates was evaluated extensively based off of 4 sections: physical fitness, inspection evaluations, and academics. By excelling overall, the candidates learned that challenges are best met head-on, and perseverance pays off in the end. The following are the names of the plebes whose scores reflected the highest caliber of success during this time, earning the distinction of honor plebe. Honor plebes from 1st Company are Robin King from Raymond, Ohio, and Lauren Hunter from Tinley Park, Illinois. Honor plebes from 2nd Company are Chris Mars from Simi Valley, California, and Chris Scanlon from Syracuse, New York. Honor plebes from 3rd Company are Maat Jayborn from Lakewood, Washington, and Sean Rojas of Denver, Colorado. Honor plebes from 4th Company are Christoph Vitok of San Diego, California, and Hannah Taylor of Baltimore, Maryland. Honor plebes from 5th Company are William Sims of Lyndhurst, New York, and John Cipolla of Glenwood, Maryland. And lastly, the honor plebes from Band Company are Jack Bailey of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Liam Cashmore of Silverdale, Washington. Attention to orders. United States Merchant Marine Academy, Saturday, September 1st, 2018. There are 286 days until first class graduation. The command and duty officer for today is Lieutenant Commander McDade, United States Navy. The midshipman command duty officer for today is Midshipman Madeline Smith, first class, by order of Captain Michael E. Stroud, United States Maritime Service, Commandant of Midshipmen. Reviewing today's parade is our 12th Superintendent, Rear Admiral James A. Ellis, along with our guest of honor, Captain Stephen Erwiller, and our Deputy Commandant, Commander Andrew McCarthy. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now approaching the reviewing stand is the regimental staff led by the regimental commander, Midshipman John Robertson of Halftown, North Carolina, accompanied by the regimental honor board chairman, Tyler Wickensburg of Albuquerque, New Mexico, the regimental operations officer, Midshipman David Washington of Frisco, Texas, and the regimental training officer, Midshipman Blake Bunch of Crocus Club, Texas, and the regimental adjutant, Midshipman Henry Bear. The color guard at all times is the regimental badge and battle standard, which honors the 142 midshipmen who lost their lives during World War II. Located in the battle standard are 9 ribbons representing all the wars and conflicts our country has been involved in, during which midshipmen have been placed in harm's way. Following the regimental staff is 1st Battalion staff, led by Battalion Commander Midshipman Michael Sobelman, his Battalion Executive Officer, Midshipman Wiley Martin, and Battalion Training Officer, Midshipman Paul Kavanagh. Following 1st Battalion staff is the 1st Company staff, led by 1st Company Commander, Midshipman Neil Painter, his Executive Officer, Midshipman Aidan Fogarty. Following 1st Company is 2nd Company, led by the Acting 2nd Company Commander, Midshipman Luke Theriot, and his Executive Officer, Midshipman Hannah Gizzi. Following 1st Company is the 2nd Battalion staff, led by Midshipman Adam Viscovich, his Executive Officer, Midshipman Patrick Deegan, and his Training Officer, Midshipman Owen Michu. Following 2nd Battalion staff is the 3rd Company staff, led by 3rd Company Commander, Midshipman Tyler Mowry, and Executive Officer, Midshipman David Collins. Following 3rd Company is the 3rd Battalion staff, led by Midshipman John Kelly, Executive Officer, Midshipman Victor Ragos, and his Training Officer, Midshipman John Heffernan. Following 3rd Battalion is the 4th Company staff, led by 4th Company Commander, Midshipman William Wood, and his Executive Officer, Midshipman Martin Dubois. Following 4th Company is 5th Company staff, led by the 3rd Company Commander, Midshipman Maura Malone, and her Executive Officer, Midshipman Joseph Malomo. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the formal parade ceremonies for today. Thank you for attending, and have a great Kings Point Day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If we could have just another minute of your time, we're here to announce the raffle winners for the class of 2021 fundraiser. Lieutenant Newton is going to do the honors.
For the 50-50 raffle winner, we have Darren Alcorn. For the family mealtime raffle, we have two winners, Jared McCall and last name Harris. For the pizza movie raffle, we have Carson Pierce. And for the American flag raffle, we have Genevieve Kozak.